welcome back Team Tabletop to another day on Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duels. It's me, Trent, here to give you another degenerate and evil deck. And for today, I'm serving you up an Invoked Dogmatika Shaddoll deck, and I know it's a mouthful to even say, let alone put it in a deck, but there are three different archetypes inside this deck. We have the Alistair core, which is the Invoked engine. If you guys have been in the channel for a while, you understand how we use it with the invocation in order to get to Mechabat in order to turn one negate the stuff that they have. In addition though, Dogmatika Excelsius or Dogmatika Engine allows us to put out more creatures on the field because they can be special summoned if there's a monster from the extra deck. And Excelsius, we need 3 copies of her because she can seek out Dogmatika cards from our deck and put it into our hand. Flora can also be special summoned during your opponent's phases actually, if you want to, or during your main phase, doesn't really matter. But for 2,500 attack points, it's pretty damn sweet just to slam one down. And the cherry on top is that if you have a Dogmatika monster as well, she will be able to negate a face-up card and negate the effect. But also, whenever she does an attack, all Dogmatika monsters gain 500 attack points until forever, until they die, I assume. And then we also have Maximus over here, which allows us to banish a card or special summon him from our hand. This is pretty good because he can allow us to send 2 cards from our extra deck into the graveyard along with our opponents. Now, why would you want to do that, you might ask? It's because if you do it, the Shaddoll engine works in such a way that if they're sent to the graveyard, you get a special effect off them. So there's a reason why you need to do it like such. It all works cohesively and pretty nicely together. And I think I'm going to be changing a few things here because I'm pretty sure I'm meant to put in like an Ash Fiend or something. Yeah, an Ash Fiend is pretty good too because it now allows us to special summon a Dogmatika monster from our deck. It's just that I didn't have it beforehand, so we gotta remove something for it. I want 2 of you, 2 of you. Purgatory is necessary. Wind is also necessary. I feel like the extra deck here isn't quite as potent as you need it to be. I guess I can take out the Charmer. Yeah, the Charmer should be fine. And we'll leave in Celine just in case we need to finish the game off a little bit earlier. And yeah, in regards our monster deck or our magic cards, we have 3 Shaddoll fusions, which allows us to special summon a Shaddoll monster if we have the material. If the opponent has a card that's from the extra deck on their field, we can actually use material from our deck as material. So that's pretty good. Not gonna lie, that allows us to just circumvent a lot of the card advantage that we don't need to get because this deck doesn't really work around that. We will have a lot of card advantage in regards on the field because these cards can just slam down and then give you that extra bit of damage in order to finish the game with the Alistair engine and the Dogmatika engine. And the Shaddoll is just a cherry on top. And I do think there's a lot of cogs working here. It might be better just to play just with 2 of them, but we're going to experiment today and see what we can do. But yeah, if you guys want to support the channel or like the content, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up, a like, and subscribe for more content like this. And if you want to support the channel even more, please be sure to check out the website tabletop.ie for all your gaming needs. But without any further ado, it's time to duel. Oh my god, they're playing Live Twins. I love them already. Love them enough to beat them down to a pulp. I got a collector rare version of her. Ah! I'm geeking out. Ah, look at that! Kawaii! Okay, what you got for me? So, normal summon, control the normal monster. You can do this and summon it from your hand or deck. So, to prevent that from happening, we're just going to stop this. These lads have a really cool effect where, you know, special summoning things is just something you want to stop them from doing. Oh, what's that? What's that? Oh boy, now that they have 2 monsters on the field, this means that they can actually go into kill Syl. Oh. No, guys, don't do it. Don't make me hurt them. Okay, attributing 2 of their ones. What are we going to pick? The red one? Yeah, there's Kill Sickle. Or Sickle. And the ability allows him to special summon a card. That is the blue one from the graveyard. This allows him to go into a link tree. From here on out, let's see what the opponent has for us. Oh, they're actually going to use Lila. Because Lila can special summon the other one from the graveyard, right? Yeah, so there we are. There you go. And then she has a special effect once per turn. You can destroy a card. If it's special summon, they can destroy something, and then they can special summon themselves from the graveyard. Look at this. Link 4 in turn 1. So elegant. All it took was like 4 cards. That's a weird way of playing it. Well, it is a quick effect, so that means that they can just summon it again next turn and draw a card, right? It's been a while since I played with this, and your man clearly knows better at the moment. You control a kill silk monster, track one card, if you destroy it. During the main phase, you can control a kill silk monster, such as summon. And then that allows them to draw a card, I believe. Rest of this turn, except Fiend monsters, you can only use each effect once per turn. Draw one card. So for this to actually activate the way I want it to activate, we're going to have to do a few things. We're going to have to use Pot of Prosperity and hope that we get into the card I'm thinking of. If I'm right about this, we're not too fussed on what they're trying to do here. So let's go a bit crazy. The card I'm looking for is going to be the Fusion card. Okay, then I'm going to draw the card. We could droplet to remove this, but that's not the play. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Shaddoll Fusion. One, two, three. So destroy these two, then we can banish them using Shaddoll Fusion, but we have to leave one of them alive at least. We have to kill this one first as well. Yeah, a few things we can do here. So Shaddoll Fusion come to our hand, everything goes back into the pool. We can negate the effect using the Alistair. The problem is having these two on the board essentially just means that we will... What's this one do? Once per turn, add from the main deck to your opponent's hand, banish this card, draw one card. That's pretty neat. Issue is they're very sticky. Don't want them to be sticky. This will be effectively a Link 5 monster currently. So they're probably playing pure, right? So activate the Alistair anyway. Let's grab our cards. Oh wow. Each time your opponent normal special summon 200 damage, you gain 200. Ah, you monster. How dare you. There's the effect veiler. I'm okay with that, I'm okay. Effect veiler targeting Alistair, so now we can't grab the invocation off him. Not an issue though. So activate the Artemis here. Put you on out. Lose another 200 life points. Oh, you fiend. How dare you? Okay, now we activate Mechaba. Can remove their card and our card. The important thing is that we can go into Winda to lock out this deck a little bit. Because they can only special summon once per turn afterwards, and the problem with these guys is that they are not very bulky. The effect to destroy cards is fine, but Winda's immune to that kind of effect. So let's do it like this. So we're choosing a card inside their yard and then a card inside our yard. Put Mechaba on top, and then we can negate effects of monsters and other things, best by attributing the same attribute. Lose 2 or more life points, of course, now. From here, we can activate Alistair's effect, bring him back into our hand by putting Invocation back into the deck. Now, this is a very tricky situation. Well, not very tricky. If they were going second, I think we would have been fucked. But since we're going first... Oh no, since we're the one going second, we should be fine. Rid and Droplet deals with their abilities, and Shaddoll Fusion kind of locks them out after we're done doing the window. We have to do this now, though, because if we don't, then they'll be able to summon things from the graveyard again. And once these two are dead, we actually can't use Shaddoll Fusion for the effect of using monsters inside our deck. So, activate window, triggering Shaddoll. Which one is this? Yeah, that's not good. So, Aerial first of all. And then we're going to do the Dragon, which allows us to destroy a card. Aerial allows us to banish 3 cards from their graveyard, which kind of stops them a little bit. So we're going to do it like this. Coming out, my friend. Winda. Oof. And they're 200 damages. Fiend. The absolute monster. So how do we trigger this correctly? So Aerial goes first. And then we do the effect afterwards. 1, 2, 3. This one's fine. This one needs to go. This one needs to go. Banish one wants control. Yep. So we'll banish these 3, activate the effect of the dragon. As such. Yep. So dragon destroys that. Aerial comes in there. Banish reader cards. Go to combat. Invoked will destroy this. Normally we should attack this one first because the quick effect allows them to summon up another Silk. But since they already special summoned once this turn, they can't do it again due to win this effect, locking them out. Oof. Should be noted that all of our damage is half thanks to the Pot of Extravagance a second ago. So let's go to main. Well, we should have just ended the turn there. There was no need to go to main phase 2. We're just giving the opponents more opportunity to do stuff. Oh boy. I'm not too sure how they can kind of come back from this. No matter how I think about this, just having Wind on the field and their attacker is not doing too much damage, they won't be able to negate us too much. We have an Omni negate with the Mechaba essentially. Well, not Omni, we can't do trap cards currently. But monster and spell cards should lock out a lot. And all the kills cards, or Evo Twin cards, go on the field. They trigger an ability which will trigger Mechaba. It's an optional effect. Well, yeah, so there we go. Let's negate this. Put you into banishment. Put Maximus out. I don't think the Dogmatika engine is currently necessary. What's this undo? Ooh, that's not a Dogmatika card. Your deck your hand whose attack is less than that. Alright, go ahead. Resolve. That goes to banishment. They get a Cybers card. They can special summon once this turn. Yeah, what's the play now, sir? End phase. Alright, I believe that is game. So 3,000, 5,500. Not enough, but we should be able to get there. Activate Alistair, grab Invocation. Use Invocation, because we can only special summon once per turn as well. So, that's 3,000, 6,500. We just need an extra 600 attack points, so we just need one monster with 2,000 points. I'm not going to chain that. We can activate you. You... Oh god, I messed up. I messed up hard. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, I fucked up. I fucked that one up. Okay, coming out, sir. Oh dear. Oh dear, dear, dear. I ran out of Mechabus. That's why. Fuck. That's what I was doing wrong. So we're actually further away from winning than we were a second ago. Oh man, the misplays. The misplays. Ah, sure. We know where we're going wrong. This goes away. And we have them kind of locked out now. So we can end our turn there. The thing about this is that they can only special summon once per turn, and whatever they special summon will get destroyed by the Invoked Agrias as soon as that happens. Assign it backdoor. Apply the effect. So F1 special summon, that's gone now. Can attack directly that turn. Oh wow. If I recall correctly, the boss monster has like 4,500 attack points if they do it correctly. It's not great. Their boss monster, that is. For the amount of effort it takes to actually summon her out, she's not worth the contribution. You're better off going to Access Code Talker or something of the sort. Mirror Force. Oh, wow. Interesting. Okay, there's our Fleur. Can only special summon once per turn, so we can activate the effect now. Yeah, we can activate the effect now. It doesn't really matter unless they actually do have a Mirror Force, in which case, oof. Putting you out. We have Forbidden Droplet in order to negate their two face downs here if they need it. Well, these two cards. Just this one, really. This one, I'm not too sure what it is, but it's not too much of an issue. Could summon out the Alistair, but I'd rather not chance it there. We could just use Alistair's attack points or the ability, the secondary ability, to grab another 1,000 attack points. So from here on out, let's attack you. Oh, wow. Gain 5 life points. It's a little treat. You die. You die. When that goes to attack, kills a kill. Alright, Evo Twin Challenge, what you got? Link summon an Evo Twin monster immediately. Alright. Let's see what you got. The effect triggers whenever something is special summoned on their side of the field. We can do this once per turn to destroy a card that they own. And then continue the attack. There we go. And then we can finish him off like so. Activate Flare's effect to gain 500 attack points because she's a Dogmatika monster. Oop. And then there we go. Artemis, go. You were my secret monster the entire time. Okay, looks like we are currently on the play. Yeehaw. Alright, so what do we don't care about here? So Excelsius locks us out of the extra deck for the rest of the turn. If we even summon her. So let's see if we can Pot of Prosperity this. Opponent, is there any stick over there? Any stick? No? Nope, no stick. Okay. Interesting. So the Dear Servant be the card we need. Turn these two cards. Activate Terraforming. Let's go get our Mechaba engine going. Now that we know that there's nothing over there. Grab Magical Meltdown using Terraform. Adding it to our hand. Magical Meltdown will now activate. Giving us an Alistair from our deck and putting it into our hand. Very good. Alistair now in our hand. We're going to summon him just regularly. Activate the Invoker engine. Now he allows us to find Invocation from our deck, put it into our hand. We're going to now special summon from our extra deck an Artemis using Alistair's material. Come on out, my friend. Magistus Artemis. Here we can use Invocation if we wanted to. And I think that is to play the Make, so that we can summon out a Mechaba. So, Fusion Summoning. We're going to pick Mechaba from our extra deck, using Alistair from the Graveyard's material and the Artemis from the field. Gonna put Mechaba just over here. Mechaba can negate, but before this happens, we're going to activate the invocations at the graveyard. As you guys can see, targeting the banished Alistair from banishment. Putting Invocation back to the deck and Alistair back to our hand. From here, we're going to summon out Celeste, or Dogmatika Excelsia. We're not going to counter our own stuff, no. Celestia, go on hit. Activate the ability of Celestia. It should be noted that Celestia probably should be in defense mode currently if this is turn 1. Made a mistake there. We are not going to activate anything inside our hand. We're just going to find a Fleur, put it onto the field. We're going to then use the Dear Servant in order to grab a card. So the Dear Servant sends a monster from extra deck into the graveyard. The one we're going to pick is going to be... Well, we probably should do Apocalypse Canning. We can also, if we needed to, use Technicon in order to grab an extra card and then special summon it from that way. But I don't think that is necessary currently. With our hand at the moment, we have to sacrifice the Apicon. And then, through the effect of the Dear Servant, we can find one Dogmatika card, add it to our hand, or special summon it. No, just add it to our hand, I believe. Yeah, add to our hand. So, another Celestia, just to get this thing going again next turn. From here, we're going to activate Epicon's effect. When he goes to the graveyard, we can find a Shaddoll card from our deck or graveyard, put it into our hand. We're going to find Shaddoll Fusion. Put that over here. This way, if the opponent summons anything, we can still do stuff. But due to the effect, we have to discard one card. And I think we're okay losing one invocation because Alistair is still inside our hand. Yeah, so we should be able to get the second copy later. From here, if we really wanted to kind of close out the game, if they didn't have anything this and we were going second, we just summon out the Fleur, and then we can just hit him for a lot of damage. Just enough to kill him. But sadly, that's not the case at the moment. We do have one Maxi in hand. We have one Dogmatika Excelsius and one Fleur to negate. We have a negate on this as well. The reason why I probably should have kept the invocation is because we can just negate our Geki or Lightning Storm. using Mekaba's effect, but we can only negate once anyway, so we only have one magic card, and I'd rather have the more useful one inside the hand. Do I want to negate that? No. Opponent just packs it in. Okay, we are currently on the draw. With one Maxi in hand. Not too bad. And Alistair to start the engine going. And even if that doesn't work, we have the Invocation as backup. And we're against Sky Strikers. Oh boy, this is going to be fun. So, Maxi. There's the Mobilize, grabbing a card that's a Sky Striker card from the deck into the hand. I'm assuming Ray. Yeah. So remember, they have one Ray in hand. They can also use this later on or to activate a few things. Ray is now going to turn to Shizuku, I assume. Yep. You draw one card, and they'll get another card into their hand from their deck due to Shizuku's effect. The module brings back the card that they need. They find a second copy of Mobilize. Interesting. We're gonna have to somehow finish them off like such. I know for a fact one of those cards is a Mobilize. I'm not sure what the other two are at the moment. Excelsius can also be activated because there's an extra monster over here. Should we summon you out? Yeah, let's try it. Come out at Alistair. Let's see if we can find a card. Do they have the one that lets you negate effects and take control? There's an infinite imperm. Gotcha. Chain the effect now. Alright, Alistair is now infinite impermed. So we're just going to activate the ability and special summon the Artemis anyway. There we go. Artemis, come on out. I'm going to use Invocation from our hand to special summon the Mekaba. It's a very precarious situation we have here because it's very dangerous. Very dangerous. See what's going to happen now. So we can go into Shaddoll Construct, which isn't the move. We can use the Invoked, and then we can send to the graveyard this lad in order to counteract the spell of Ray. I think that's the play. So, activate Mekaba there. Pulling Alistair from the graveyard and Artemis from our hand. Coming out, my friend, Mekaba. Opponent still has 3 cards in hand. It has some stick over here because of the Mobilize, I assume. Or they have something else inside their hand they can do. For now, let's do this, because I really don't want them to be banishing our stuff. So, Invocation trigger. Put this targeting card there. Invocation back into the deck, Alistair back into the hand. Now, we can actually go Invocation again into the August if we need to, but I don't think that's the play. Even going Purgator would be a move. Yeah, we use Purgator, they won't be able to summon out the Ray again. They have 2 mobilizers inside in their arsenal currently. We can counteract one of them. So let's activate the effect of the second invocation. We're going to now summon out the Purgator. Or even the Winda. The Winda would severely hamper their strategies. Because they need to find a way to destroy us, which they can do next turn. So... a lot of stuff here, a lot of stuff here. Graveyard is fusion material. Oh god, Raisin Red. Fuck, I was thinking the other one. So a Shaddoll monster and a Dark monster. Looks like we're gonna do it like this then. So one Shaddoll monster, one Alistair. Come on out, Winda. Activate the effect. When it's sent to the graveyard, we can destroy 1 card in set. Can remove this or that. I think making them lose the extra copy of Mobilize is the play. And we can summon a Celsius, then we can summon that. Would that be enough to kill it? We have lethal? I think we might have lethal. So activate the effect of Celsius. Summon Celsius, but now we can't actually summon another copy because of Winda's effect. We can only special summon once per turn. It's very sad. Oh, Effect Veiler. Monster. Interesting. So proceed to battle phase. Opponent has no more spells into here, so we can attack into Excelsius here. That happens, okay. Ray will now trigger. Why did I die? This is a monster for the extra monster zone, yes. Alright, smack them hard. Okay, we banished Mobilize. And they don't have 3 cards in their hand. One of which is a Mobilize, which will only get them 1 card because they don't have 3 in the graveyard. We could just negate this. If we do, we severely hamper them. Removing the Forbidden Drop line. Now that's a bit of a risky move, but right now they're running on literally fumes. You want to keep the pressure up. Give Sky Strikers an inch and they'll take everything from you. The good thing with Mechaba effect is that they go into banishment instead of going into the graveyard, which means they cannot play them again. Interesting. I'm not too sure how they can come back from this. If they had the opportunity, they would have destroyed their cards already. sad part is we are literally 1 health away from killing them. They have 100 HP left. And that's game. Keep up the pressure. Keep up the pressure. The thing about this is that when we summoned up the Winda, you guys kind of notice. So they were freaking out a little bit. Because when we summoned out Winda, they used the ability to summon the Ray already, right? So that means that when the Ray was summoned, she was special summoned. So from here, her effect wouldn't work because she can't summon an additional card that turn, which kind of stopped the engine from going on because then they can go into something more potent like Hain, which allows them to negate the damage for that turn, which thus protecting the Ray. That's why the window was kind of the best call here, because it prevents us, or prevents them from being able to negate the attack and thus continue on with their plays. Okay, let's see what we got here. Many things. Pot of Prosperity. Let's see what we can get. Or will the opponent counteract this? Who knows? Shaddoll Fusion, Terraforming, and a Fleur. Terraforming is the best card to grab here. Put you two back into the deck. Activate the ability Terraforming, allowing us to find a Magical Meltdown from our deck, which is a field card. Activate Magical Meltdown, allowing us to find Alistair the Invoker from our deck, put it to hand. Activate Alistair by normal summoning him. We can then find the effect, Invocation Trooper's effect. Very good. Now we're going to tribute Alistair to special summon up an Artemis from our extra deck. Like such. We can use Invocation now to fusion summon the Mechaba from our hand, from our extra deck, using Alistair and Artemis as material. There we go. Come on out, my friend. Probably should have put a Mechaba in defense position. I keep forgetting to do that. And then we activate the ability of Invocation. There we go. Targeting Alistair. This one vanished. Putting Alistair into our hand, and then putting Invocation back to the deck. Sets us up for next turn. Schism I would play, if not for the fact that I don't think we need it currently, but we could bluff with a little bit with it. Punishment's also okay, but then we won't be able to summon stuff next turn, which isn't ideal, but I think we can win it out if we're able to send our Titan Fiend into the grave. We have 1 negation, 1 destruction, and a schism. Oh boy. Is the opponent playing Eldic? Trap tricks. Alright. The activation of effects of normal trap cards activation cannot be negated. Interesting, interesting. Do we get rid of that? Is the question. Sure. Because they have 4 cards in here that they clearly want to be used. So from here we put down the Titan Fiend to the extra deck. End phase. We could also fusion summon here if we wanted to. Probably be a play. Because it's not banishment, it's destruction. And I'm assuming these are all trap cards. So let's see what we can do here. Shaddoll Schism. They have Combat the Grave, now be the time to use it. End phase, okay. Activate the effect of Titanclad. whenever he goes to the graveyard, if this is the turn he was set, we can special summon a card from our deck as a Dogmatika monster or a Fallen Mazban. Nope, we don't want to negate that. Summon Celestis. Vortex straight into that. What I would do now for our Harpy's Feather Duster. Okay, special summon you. Come on out. Wouldn't it be amazing? Do we just brute force it? Yep. Coming out, Flare. Oh wow, Shaddoll Beast. Oh boy. Anyone want to bet that they have a Mirror Force in there somewhere? Spend once per turn. Field or graveyard. So if we can put you out, then we can summon more stuff. But I don't think that is the play. I think the opponent really wants us to commit. What do they have here? What do we have that's immune to being destroyed by card effects? So we have Winda. Sure, let's go to battle, see what the opponent does. Live in fear of the trap card. And you'll never get past it. We want Earth. Okay. Add one natural card from your deck to your hand, except the natural tree. Both players must set spell cards before activating them and can activate them until their next setting. Okay, it's fine with me. No, go ahead, Flare. Attack with the Mechaba. 90% sure these are like trap hole cards. That's why I'm not summoning anything yet. We're playing around it. Respect the opponent, guys. Respect the opponent. From here, we're just going to end our turn. Because we do have a negation effect on Mechaba, which allows us to banish a card if they were to play another monster card. As long as we don't activate something like Torrential Tribute or something there, that'd be the play. No, you may not do that. Mechaba, stop the trap clicks. Draw one card. Yeah, go ahead. And they're going to tribute it using their trap card. A monster. Yeah, can't do anything about that except Shaddoll Fusion out. We should all fusion out to prevent this from happening. Epiclonia. Also, Winda's pretty good. Then they won't be able to do anything else afterwards. So let's go with that. So let's use the Schism to fusion summon a Winda. Coming out Winda, we're going to use the Shaddoll Beast and the Titan. Put you out over here. Will opponent use the trap card that I have currently? If it's a trap hull card, then that would be fine. She can't be destroyed by card effects. And now the opponent can't use this in order to synchro or anything of the sort. Discard special summon target one spell card your opponent controls, destroy it. Yeah, that's fine with me. Alright, so we locked them out. And draw a card. Shaddoll Fusion, okay. Let's go for it and finish the game. Okay, we kill you like this. The units are Mirror Force, we should be fine. We're fine. They're gonna tribute and summon. How dare they? Level 4 Earth Plant Monster. Okay, unaffected by hull cards. If you activate a hull card, you can add to your hand or special summon one Trap Tricks monster. Okay. Continue to attack, yes. And the opponent scoops it up. Okay, we are currently on the draw. Listen to Lady Gaga. Kinda busy. As you guys can see, we have a very good opening hand here. Excelsius. Excelsior. Let's go. A few things can happen here. Let's fade out some stuff with Pot of Prosperity, I would say. But we can do this afterwards. Let's see if the Foolish Burial grabs anything. No? Okay. So we're going to put in Twin Twisters. And the card to put down is the card that destroys hidden cards. So there's the Dragon. When they are put into the graveyard through an effect of a card, we can target one thing in their field that is face down or a set card and destroy it. Yep, that would have been awful. Okay, so we'll summon up Alistair. Start this party. Let's get this party started. Alistair, go. Find an invocation, please, sir. Yep, no stick. We're doing pretty good. Now we're gonna go find Artemis by tributing the Alistair from our extra deck. Well, getting the Artemis from the extra deck by tributing the Alistair. Okay, here your Artemis comes on out. We use Invocation to do this like such. Activate Mechaba. We're gonna pick Artemis from the field and Alistair from the grave, banishing them both, putting Mechaba onto the battlefield as such. And then we can use the invocation thing to put invocation back to the deck and then put Alistair back to our hand. Now there's a few other things we can do here. Like, the reason why I want to use Mechaba is because we can attack face down and then we can just negate the effect through Mechaba. And then attributing the Maxi, we're going to use Excelsius' effect now. If there's a monster from the extra deck on the field, we can special summon her. When she's on the field, when she's normal summoned, or special summon, we can find a Dogmatika card, put it into our hand. And then we do like this, we should be able to essentially deal a crap ton of damage. Won't be able to kill them though. So it'd be like 5,000 damage to the face if we get this true, which will put a lot of pressure onto them. Otherwise, we only do like 1,500. I think it is a risk worth taking because we do have 2 flares inside the deck. So put you into attack position. Coming out flare. Negate the effect. No. We're gonna go to battle now. Invoked Mekabek, go ahead. See what opponent got for us. Destiny Hero. Well, you have no cards in hand. Turn this is going to send to the graveyard. Can banish a hero. Hero cards. Interesting. So, attack with Flare. Flare's ability will not trigger whenever a Dogmatika monster does an attack. She can increase the power of all Dogmatika monsters by 300 and once, but you can only use this effects once per turn. What's that do? You make this card, make yourself take no battle damage for that battle, and if you do, each player takes 1,000 damage. You can banish this card from the graveyard, target one monster you control. Activate the ability here. I don't think we really need Max C here, although they're using a Heroes deck. Yeah, I think the right move is to move the Alistair out. Negate the effect and then banish it. This way they don't have a lot of fodder inside the graveyard to work with. Plus, Maxi is pretty damn good against a Heroes deck. They want a chain. Go with the main phase 2. This is when we activate Potter's Posterity, otherwise our attack would have been halved. 3 cards. 1, 2. And I want to say tree here. I want to keep the Purgator option out just in case we need to wipe out their stuff, because we are pretty close to finishing them off here. So another Pot of Prosperity, Invocation, and a Maxi. Invocation will be the card to get, because then we can use the Alistairs at the graveyard as we normally do. Proceed to end step. Oh boy. Opponent's evil. Destiny draw. 1 hero, draw 2 cards. Such a summon 1 from your deck. No, I'm fine with you doing that. Because I can summon their malicious anyway. From here, what do we want to do? We max C. We won't be able to use Makaba's effect. Play the make is we can beat them on the crackback unless they potentially can kill us first. So let's bank on the crackback. So we'll max C instead. We can still negate a magic card. So they try something like Fusion. Should be able to stop them. Yeah, that's a card. Well, we're committed to this now. Twin Twisters, go away. Thank you for the card. Imagine we draw into our second flare, and then we'll be able to negate them. That'd be hilarious. Oh no, Elemental Hero Sparkman. No wait, what the hell are you? Vision Hero. Oh my god. Spec Savers. Come on, opponent. You have a fusion card in hand. You're gonna extra deck it. Alright, you're gonna extra deck it. Okay, what does Malicious and Vision Hero do? There's the Paraverta plant. Oop. Third card, thank you very much. Okay. 2,000 life points. Send a Polarization or Fusion spell. They're gonna put Fusion Destiny in there. And they're gonna summon up their really strong monster. So even if we wanted to, like, negate the Fusion spell, we couldn't because he was finding it from the deck using Vert. And Vert becomes the card, so we have to negate it with through a monster effect. Sure, let's see what they can create. Dominance. There's another card. I really want to do, like, a heroes deck one of these days. Okay, and a lot of banishment effects here. Draw one card when we destroy true effects. Cool, 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 cool. Won't be able to kill us now. I'll lose my flare, but that's fine. You're gonna need to get rid of this, so you don't want to die. Start by battle card effect, target 3 level 9s, and then summon them again. Neat. Fine, packs it in. Welcome back to the post-game wrap, everyone. So, what can I say about the Shaddoll Invoked Dogmatika engine thing? It's actually pretty well fine-tuned, and it's pretty nice and strong. The only issue is that it has a little bit of an issue trying to remove things from the opponent's side. Eldrick, we kind of lose a lot to because of skill drain. Skill drain is just, I'm not even sure why this is a card. Like, it's just so messed up, negating every single thing at one cost as well. So everything becomes a vanilla monster, which is bonkers. It's just so strong inside this kind of matchup because everything that we have are only strong because of their effects. The one saving grace is that all our Shaddoll monsters can trigger into the graveyard, and this only negates things on the field. So when it goes to the graveyard, the effects will still happen, which is how I was able to kill things, destroy it through effects like the Magistus monster Varum and stuff like that, because when he goes to the grave, it destroys all face-off cards. But otherwise, it stops the Altar engine, it stops the Excelsius engine from going and starting. So it's just an extremely potent play to bring us down turn 1. But that's why I put in extra things, like 2 Twin Twisters, putting out the Ash Blossoms and the Max Seas, and the Lightning Storm as well. I think I might turn into Lightning Storm into a Harpy's Feather Duster, seeing as how that we would like to populate our board a little bit more. So removing Lightning Storm or something like Harpy's Feather Duster would be good, because then we can just negate all the effects and then summon and finish our turn correctly, or just start our turn correctly. Again, Twin Twisters, I'm not too fussed about, because even if we use their effects, we discard a card, which is negative hand advantage, but due to the Shaddoll effects being sent to the graveyard, we can actually activate another effect to get more value that way. And I think these are pretty damn strong additions. Another one you can do as well is the Hedgehog if you want to. Personally, I don't really see him being very useful, but some people do run him. So you can add a spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. If you flip it around, or if it's sent to the graveyard, you can just add a Shaddoll monster from your deck to your hand, which can work a little bit, because then you can fetch out something like Dragon, which allows you to bounce back a card effectively to someone's hand. So things like Blue Eyes, VMAX Dragon, or things that cannot be destroyed, just bounce it back. Chances are those things are so strong that they have their con, which is that summoning them or getting to the board is difficult, and very rarely can people do it twice in one game. Well, not very rarely. It's somewhat rare to see them come back after one. But if you do it twice, then that's extremely rare for them to summon a boss monster 2 or 3 times. You're talking really strong cards there, like, I don't know, the Zodiac, Tri-Brigade, or Virtual World. Those things are the ones that just absolutely dominate the format currently, because they're just able to rebuild no matter how many times you negate them. This will win if you're somewhat competent and lucky at times. There are other things you can add in here as well, like you want to add in less Dogmatika stuff, take out the Flare, put in more spell cards, or maybe even using Super Polymerization instead, so that you can negate some of their abilities on their end. But to do so, you have to rework the entire an extra deck in order to have one of each attribute, so you're guaranteed to be able to destroy their stuff, or use their stuff as material and send them to the graveyard, because even though they can't be destroyed, they can still be tributed, which is why shit like kaijus is just ridiculous against some of the stronger meteor decks. And we'll be doing one of these decks one of these days anyway. I'm not too sure when, but we'll get around to it. But I think that's everything I want to say about the deck anyway. I'll put all the tots and, the tot format or the improvements that can be made into the Discord. You guys want to join that? We're going to have a link down below. Get the deck list. And you guys enjoyed the video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up, like, and subscribe. And if you want to support us through other ways, go to the website tabletop.ie. That's where I do my business and sell all these nice card games to everyone in Europe. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching, everyone. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.